Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Star International Academy here in Dearborn Heights, Michigan. The third game, Olympian Mortgage Badgers Cup, coming up live here on YouTube. I'm Colton Wesley. Kalamazoo United 313 FC will do battle. Kalamazoo United already have 3 points in the table. They came back from 2-0 down in the last 15 minutes to knock off Detroit Badgers Blue. 313 FC, we haven't seen them yet. This is their first taste of the Badgers Cup. Game 3 of 6 today. Our busy schedule here on day 1 of the Badgers Cup rolls on. United will be wearing the white 313 in the black and red. A big opportunity here for Kalamazoo United to not quite clinch a spot in the championship game, but get pretty darn close. Only 4 games to play for each of these teams this weekend. And if you can get 6 points in your first 2, that bodes very, very well for your chances to be playing in the 90-minute championship on Sunday night. Again, reminder, games are only 60 minutes in length during the group stage. Which definitely changes some of the calculus, some of the decisions that maybe these managers, these coaches have to make. And Elvis Dahl, once again, our official. 313 will be moving right to left across your screen. Kalamazoo United, left to right. Excited to have you with us. Getting his last notes in order. He's got the ball, seems to be satisfied. Looks like 313 will kick us off. 2 30-minute halves. In this pool play matchup. Looks like we might be waiting for one more 313 player. It appears they only have 10 on the field right now. And there it's the 11th. Having a look at another ball as well. Alright, well, after all that ado, we are now ready to begin. This is Masamba Ndai. All the way across to Tosin Taif. Plays it in short. Hamza Al Husseini. Slow build up. Working down the wing here on this near side. Into the feet of Brandon Brown. He's dispossessed. Taken away by Blessed Iraduhe, the match winner in game 1. Spencer Cooper puts it in the sky. Sent on away. Hussein Nzwaleza. Iraduhe. Pass offline, intercepted by Ndai, but given right back away. Nzwaleza. Casey Schwartz, and that's off his boot. Mishandled. Acknowledging his mistake as Taif will throw this in. Cooper struggles to handle it under heavy pressure from Alberto Garcia. Garcia almost wins the ball. Ball up in the air from Ndai. Claimed by Hamad. the goalkeeper. Into the feet of Hugo Olmos. And sent away clear. Ball knocked out into touch. Throw in. Brandon Brown lost it. Facing his own goal, gives it back to Hamed. Over the top, settled by Brown. Cross to Ndai. Played outside, looking to open up the space. Ndai again, trying to work in combination. Draws the double team, plays. Trying to get it into the feet of Brown a little high and touched out for a throw. Again, patient play here from 3-1-3. That throw is intercepted, coming the other way. Down the wing on the outside. This is Garcia, dispossessed by Ndai. Pass across the middle, it's picked off, and a quick shot, it's saved! A second attempt is blocked! A giveaway to David Galaxy, point blank, and he couldn't put it away. It is rare that you give away such a gift and not pay for it. Somehow, Kalamazoo are not in front. It's one of the reasons they had to come back from 2-0 down. That one touched over the heads into the middle. Garcia throws his body around into Ali Alamidi. And Alamidi is not going to have any of it. He didn't like the first contact. That's what he's telling Nelvis Nda right now. Was, hey, wait a minute. He lit into me. Why can't I push him back? And Nda not having any of that. I think you can absolutely concede that first contest was borderline in terms of a foul. Should have been a foul. Certainly something that he could have called. And Alamidi didn't get the call. Decided to do the exact same thing back. And it's important for Ndada. Call something in that spot, not necessarily to punish Alamidi, but more to keep things under control. Goalwards, it's blocked by the wall for a corner. So a corner coming up. Kalamazoo United with the early pressure. We've played 5 minutes in this first half, no score. Corner will come in from the far side. We've got 5 white shirts in the box. Sent in, that's well placed. Ahmad couldn't get it clear. It's knocked up in the air. Still loose. And it's finally collected and out for a goal kick. A decent ball into the box, creating an opportunity for the Kalamazoo cash in. Ball turned over. Trying to push. The shot is blocked. Trying to turn on it and get it away. It's tight. Pass the defender. Nice little bit of skill. But turned it over to Jonah Hurtado. Gives it away to Ndai. Ndai. It's tripped up just a little bit. Impeded his progress. We'll bring it back for a free kick. Alamidi will take the free kick for 3-1-3. No score. We've played 7 minutes. Alamidi sends it across to no one. Just mishit it horribly, and here come Kalamazoo. David Galaxy plays over the top, a bit strong, and Hamad will claim that one, but Not a great free kick from 3-1-3. In possession now in their own end. Cooper passing Mills, picked off, coming the other way. A shot. It's just wide from Victor Olabrede. Scored one in the first match. And it's same song, second verse for Kalamazoo United. Feels very much like the beginning of that first game. Opportunities, great opportunities, going begging. Change on for Kalamazoo. Looks like Matt Fairchild, who did not play in the first game, will enter for the first time in this one. Goal kick is out of play. Just not crisp from 3-1-3 right now. The decision-making hasn't been good, and the passing has been off. And there might be something to, this is your first game at the venue, first game of the day, Kalamazoo United. You've already played on this turf. They've already been out here. Maybe that has something to do with it. 3-1-3 now trying to push. On the outside, this is Chase Carrigetts. Going to cut it back. Gives it up to Connor Carrigetts. Back to Chase. Looking to set up the cross, driven cross, and that's just mishit. Cleared away by Ron Hotram. Tyfe decides to go inside the defender. There's enough traffic there to stop him. Hurtado back to the defense and cleared. Trying to settle on it, Galaxy, but he's lost it. Here comes 3-1-3 again. Cutting it back, Brown. Outside, Carrigetts tries to create some space, works down to the goal line. The cross is blocked, cleared away by Hotram. Ndaye heads it back. Alamedi tries to settle, give it back to Cooper, who's just trying to get it out of there, and successfully does. The pressure was mounting. Kalamazoo playing high defensively, forcing these defenders to play with the ball at their feet. That's something you see a lot at the semi-pro level in these, MUSL, MWPL style leagues. Kind of force these defenders to actually handle the ball. Nice work by Carrigetts to get free. Carrigetts tries to send it in, and they're going to win a corner out of it. Carrigetts taking the fight to the defense. 10 minutes gone. No goals yet. But 3-1-3 with their best opportunity so far. It's a corner. So he's going to swing it in with the left from the far corner. And that one's going to hop right into the arms of Patrick Vorpal, the 15-year-old ODP keeper. He is the keeper for the senior side today. Acquitted himself reasonably well in that first game. Made some good plays. Working down the line on the outside. Ndaye just puts it out into touch. It'll be a throw-in for Kalamazoo. And we're having a conversation about the ball for some reason. It looked pretty clearly like a throw for Kalamazoo, and never mind, it's going to be a throw for 3-1-3. Not sure exactly how that transpired, but it will be 3-1-3's throw, and they immediately give it away regardless. And Kalamazoo will set it up. They'll work it back to the midfield and try from there. Grounded ball through the middle. Iraduhe. Schwartz. Hurtado, lifted ball on. Fairchild trying to track it down to the corner. Tyfe is there first, and Tyfe's going to watch it out for a goal kick. We are into the 13th minute. Hamzal Husseini tries to work it down the line. In the middle, Karagits. They're going to swing it all the way outside, and Ndaye thumps it down the line. Going to keep the play going, trying to center it, and there's just nothing there. Passed it right to Hotram. Ball outside. Keeping it in. Hurtado tries to skip past Mohamed Munassar. Through the middle, Iraduhe lets it run with him. And jumping up in the air is Connor Karagits. Lost track of it, and here come Kalamazoo. Down at the goal line, the cross is saved. Karagits was trying to get the call. He jumped up, and the other player involved stayed on the ground, and he leaned over and tried to claim that it was unfair, but when the other player stays rooted to the ground and you jump over him, you don't tend to get that call. We're going to work it through the middle here, Iraduhe. Behind Schwartz. This is Fairchild, and he's going to work it back to the defense. They'll reset it. Hussein Nzwaleza. They're going to flick it on to Fairchild in the corner, and Fairchild's not going to win the race. It'll roll out for a goal kick. We've played almost a quarter hour. Nothing to choose yet, not for lack of trying. Some opportunities, especially for Kalamazoo, but no goals yet. Possession battle ultimately won by Connor Karagits. Thumps it along. Over the top, trying to get it into Brandon Brown. Put away to Casey Schwartz, but Schwartz can't keep it. Hugo Olmas. Olmas with Schwartz right in his hip pocket. Tries to move past him and kind of does. Schwartz recovers, wins the ball back, and they're going to get Schwartz for the foul. Schwartz doesn't like it. Olgas will get this in quickly, flights it all the way in. Keeper comes out and fumbles it and cleared. And that's the youth right there showing up, and a high kick on Kalamazoo, as Novosna helpfully demonstrates. But yeah, that is the youth of Patrick Vorpal. He's got so much potential. Obviously, they think very highly of him within the club if he's getting the start at this tournament today at age 15. But 15-year-olds are going to make some mistakes. Those are expected learning curves. All cleared away. Trying to jump on it is Olabrede. Deep diagonal cross. Trying to get it up to Galaxy. Galaxy leaves it off for Fairchild. Fairchild settles, cuts it back. Looking for some space. Can't find the space. Well defended. Fairchild got a fistful of Tyfe's jersey. Tyfe trying to fight him off. Still fighting for it just outside the box. Kalamazoo will get it back. Iraduhe. They're going to swing it out into the corner, and I believe the flag went up. Ndaye tries to get it outside, but misses the mark, and it rolls out for a throw. 3-1-3 seem to have settled in over the past few minutes. Looked out of sorts at the beginning of this one, but looking much more comfortable now as Alberto Garcia returns to the fray. Nzwaleza Into feet in the middle to Galaxy, trying to play in combination to get Galaxy free over the top, but didn't come free, so they'll try something else. Working into the middle. The shot, it's saved. Garcia comes off the bench and immediately has a go. Fairchild picks it up, he sends it in, and it's saved. That's 4 shots on target for Kalamazoo United in the first half, and that's definitely something that they have improved on since Game 1. Game 1, it felt like they weren't putting anything on frame. This game, definitely making Hamad work. They're going to work it outside now. Fairchild. Fairchild tees up the cross, decides to pass it off to Schwartz down the line. Schwartz gets the cross in, and it couldn't be collected by Iraduhe. 3-on-3 will try to get it out. Fairchild heading it back in. And Kalamazoo will collect it and try to mount another attack. The pressure mounting here. Hurtado. Little 1-2 combination with Garcia. Sends it along, looking for the cross from the left side. Crossed into the back post, and no one was there. It's going to roll all the way into the corner. Fairchild going to keep it in play. Grounds a ball in. Was looking for the feet of, I believe, Nzualeza. Excuse me, that's Nzualeza making the play right there. Pass on ahead was to Galaxy. Galaxy shot is blocked, and the rebound, the shot is wide. And they're going to say it came off a defender. Alberto Garcia, very, very involved so far for Kalamazoo. Corner incoming. And we've seen this a few times today where the corner taker will run past the flag, put the ball on the wide side instead of the goal side of the triangle. Corner sent in towards the near post and flicked on by Nzualeza and out for a goal kick. But yeah, on the little corner arc, you are allowed to put the ball anywhere on the corner arc. And it used to be that if you were a right-footed taker on the left-hand corner, you would put the ball on the goal line so you wouldn't have to run past the flag with the flag on your left when you took a corner kick. But we're seeing that less and less. Players more comfortable. They want to use the angle a little bit more rather than not be impeded by the flag. Taken away by Kalamazoo, and that shot is wide from David Galaxy. But again, the pressure now starting to mount really for Kalamazoo. As we've played 20 minutes. Kalamazoo 9 shots in this first half, 4 of them on frame. So they can't be upset with the offensive output, but they will be irritated they don't have a goal yet. A couple of really good opportunities that they've not been able to make the most of. Sending it all the way back in to Vopel. Nzualeza going to lead the attack. Driven ball into the feet of Galaxy. That's a nice pass. It erased a lot of defenders, but Galaxy couldn't keep it. Connor Carriget's coming back to make the play. Kalamazoo will take it back, trying to squeeze it in there to get it to Galaxy on the run. Couldn't get it in. Ndaye. Outside Al-Husseini. Al-Husseini draws defenders. Tries to work it down to the goal line, trying to cut it in across, gets the cross in, but there's no one there for him. Heading back towards his own goal is Hurtado, and Hurtado able to turn around and get it hoofed clear. Great clearance from Hurtado in a difficult situation as a defender running towards his own goal, collecting possession. Not a whole lot you can do, but retreat to your own goal line and find a way to get your hips around and get the ball forward, and that's what he did there. Pretty well done, given the circumstances. Schwartz. Back to Nzualeza. Into Galaxy, who spreads it wide. And Kalamazoo's starting to open it up here. Here they come. They got numbers. On the outside. Trying to cut it in. The strike, it's blocked. Loose in the box. Cleared out. Settled on the outside of the box. Stepping into it and skying it. Oh, my. believe that's Finley Kane, who's just scooped it well over the bar. That's one you really would love to have back. Off the goal kick. Al-Husseini in a lot of space. He's got Brandon Brown in front of him, gives it to him. Brown going to let the ball roll. Cuts it back into the double team. Taken away by Schwartz. Fairchild. Good combination play between these players on Kalamazoo. They're playing in the short passing game, but they're moving after they play the ball. They're creating space. That's why they've been able to hold possession as well as they have. And it also opens up more space when you can play the ball around, force defenders to change their positioning. Makes your life a lot easier as an attacker. And players seem unhappy with the ball. So Melvis Da gonna try to acquire a new one. Seems to be what's happening anyway. No official word up here to us, but Da has acquired a ball that he seems satisfied with. We'll see how the players feel about it. That's one of the remarkable things about playing soccer at this level. With basketball and football, it's very, there isn't a great deal of difference between, the actual footballs and basketballs that you would use at various high schools, college programs, semi-professional programs. But in soccer, it varies wildly. Zualeza will give it back to his keeper. So players are a lot more apt to have something to say about the quality of the sphere that they're kicking around. And if they don't like it, the referees tend to try to appease them whenever possible. Kara gets under heavy pressure, hits the deck, lost the ball. Rolls out for a Kalamazoo throw. We've played almost 25 minutes in the first half, no goals. Kalamazoo United in particular have had plenty of chances to score. But we're just a few minutes away from going to the break still level. Now some more chatter happening down in front of the 3-1-3 bench. We're far enough away from the play where that's a story that's very difficult for us to tell up here. Can't hear exactly what the players' grievances are with one another. Ball in over the top and a foul. That's a pretty easy call to make. Elias Hamed getting into the back of David Galaxy. And now, pretty good free kick opportunity here. You're 26 yards from goal. Just inside the keeper's left-hand post. So we'll see what they do with this. You could go direct to goal with this. Two-man wall. Running over it, touching it, firing, blocked by the wall. Brandon Brown. Turning around, looking for support. Lifted on ahead. Fairchild got a piece of it with the shoulder. Last touch by 3-1-3. Schwartz will throw it in. Zualeza. Gonna swing it all the way across outside. Finley Kane. Down the line, Alberto Garcia. Garcia trying to charge the goal line, cuts it back, and they'll work it back outside the box. Try to play a nifty little lifted ball in that space. No room for it. Olabrede. Pass in across, and the last ball was offline. and cleared away. Tracking back to try to make the play, and a foul. David Latinga came back to the ball. He was the intended target of that last pass. He comes all the way back to the play to try to make the tackle. And in the official's mind, got a bit too much of the man in possession. Change being made now. Galaxy will have a seat. Almost. Tyfe. Lots of space for him. Tries to play it down the line into the path of Karagitz, but Karagitz is offside. Teammates can't believe it. One in particular, it's Tyfe. He's the one who made that ball, and he felt he had made a ball that maybe got Karagitz in on goal. Final 2 minutes of regular time in the first half. No score. Nzwaleza plays a long ball off the free kick. Knocked down. Latinga spinning around, trying to create some space for himself. Taken away by Brandon Brown with the assist by Ndaye. Grounded ball to Olmos. Olmos trying to lift that ball into the space behind, and Hotrum is there to make the play, but coming up on the loose ball, Al-Husseini. Al-Husseini working into the box. Does he have any support in a cross? Tries to get the cross in, and it's cleared. 3-1-3 mounting a bit of a challenge now. Karagitz spinning around. Plays it all the way through. Chase Karagitz, he might be in here! And he's offside again! (3-1-3) thought they were about to go ahead, but offside is the call for the second time on Chase Karagitz. And Elvis Nda is reaching into his pocket, and he's going to book someone. I think that he just booked Masamba Ndaye, but I'm not sure. It might have been potentially Finley Kane over there. I don't know. Some kind of disagreement. It also could have been directed towards the bench. Not sure. It was not as blatantly obvious as most referees like to make it when they issue a card. Hamza Al-Husseini will have a seat. Substitute coming in, and that's going to do it for the first half. Not even going to worry about stoppage time. First half's over. We'll take a break and come back for the second half. No score, but it's a good one between Kalamazoo United and 313 FC. You are watching the Olympian Mortgage Badgers Cup live on YouTube. Hello everyone and welcome back to Star International Academy in Dearborn Heights. Game 3 of the Badgers Cup rolling on. Kalamazoo United and 313 FC tied at 0 at the end of the first 30 minutes. The second 30 is underway. 11 shots for Kalamazoo United in that first half. 4 on frame, no goals. And for 313, significantly fewer chances. They've had a good couple of looks. Most of them haven't resulted in shots. And even fewer in shots on frame. And that's something that they'll be looking to improve here in the second half. Maybe increase the possession a bit. And turn those chances into shots. That's a great through ball in. And the shot. And a goal! Victor Olabrede! Kalamazoo United immediately strike. It took them 1 minute. Victor Olabrede, goals in back-to-back games. It's 1-0 to Kalamazoo. Smacks it in under the crossbar. And Kalamazoo, just like in game 1, the first half, lots of chances, none of them paying out. But in the second half, the attack starts to really click. Of course, in the first game, it took them until the 45-minute mark to finally find the back of the net. In this game, they're able to shave 15 minutes off of that. And it also didn't take them falling behind 2-0 either. So Kalamazoo going to be much happier with these tidings than how game 1 went, at least for now. 313 going to try to keep and establish some possession. This is Elias Hamed. Tries to lift it on, and it's headed back where it came from. Hamed will try again. That one feeds it into the space. Brendan Brown. Brown on ahead. Chase Karagitz. Karagitz might have something in the box. Slows it up, gets to the line, tries to cut it back, wins the corner. So 313, their second corner of the match. They have not really tested Patrick Vorpal. They'd love to change that here. Short corner, and it's immediately turned over. That is such a poor corner from 313. They didn't even get a ball into the box. They play the short corner, which is ostensibly supposed to be the safe option, and they immediately turn it over. And now here come Kalamazoo. DQ Kaiser gets it poked off of his foot and out by Masamba Ndaye. David Latinga into Olabrede. They try to get it in across, and the tough look off the half volley from Zualeza is pretty easily collected. Trying to emulate the goal of the tournament so far, Papa Masardia's 24th minute goal for Jeff Joel in the second game. Off the half volley, probably the most impressive goal we've seen in the day so far. Jeff Joel, a 5-1 win over Badgers Black. They have 3 points in the table as well. They're currently tied with Kalamazoo United, but in the live table, Kalamazoo, 6 points. If they can keep this result, Olabrede takes it all the way to the corner and out into goal kick territory. Alberto Garcia, I think, was trying to link up with him, and Olabrede just kind of zoomed on past him. So maybe a bit of annoyance there from Garcia. The diverse attack of Kalamazoo United has been excellent through their first hour and a half of play. Victor Olabrede, David Galaxy, and Blessed Iraduhe all scoring goals. Alberto Garcia has been adding significant pressure to the attack as well. He's made some good plays to create opportunities. Here come 3-1-3. Karagets. Finally, the double team catches up to him, and they put it out for a throw. And a good clearance on that to put it out for a throw instead of a corner. Into the 36th minute of 60, remember. We only play 1 hour in pool play. So another throw in. They were trying to make it into a corner, but it is a throw, and that distinction does matter significantly. Thrown in over the top, trying to get it into Taif. Taif draws that double team, trying to work his way out of it. To Karagets, and Karagets carries it over the line for a goal kick. And that is the difference in that clearance. Forcing a throw versus a corner. The throw is so much better because it's so much more difficult to work a throw from that position than it is a corner. But even then, 3-1-3, they've had some opportunities in advanced position in this half, and they've not been able to get anything concrete into the box. That's a nice ball on to an overlapping runner. DQ Kaiser. Kaiser tries to play it into the space, but wasn't really on, and it'll roll out for a goal kick. Spencer Cooper will shield off Garcia. Kalamazoo have been much more positive in possession so far in this one. They've turned their opportunities into shots, 13 of them. Ahmad will take the goal kick into the feet of Hamza Humaidi. David Galaxy picks up the loose ball in the midfield. He's dispossessed. Good takeaway there by Brown. Brown going to try to work through the space. Brown on the outside now. Has some help. Back into the feet of Brown. Defender takes it off him. On to Latinga. Grounded ball ahead. Garcia. And that's just going to go into the space where Spencer Cooper will retreat to it. He'll have plenty of time to make his choice. Across to Hamed under some pressure. Trying to wriggle past the defender. I think that's Taif. Plays the ball into feet. Flicked on, taken away by the defense. On the ground to Kaiser. In the middle, simple ball. Trying to split the defenders, and there's no split on, but Cooper can't get all of it, and it at least goes out for a throw for Kalamazoo. Whistle and a change. Pair of changes for Kalamazoo. Latinga and Galaxy will check out. Some confusion over who is and is not on. Or who is and is not allowed to sub, I suppose. It looks like Finley Kane and Matt Fairchild into the match for Kalamazoo. Back to Hot Rum. That pass picked off, and the clearance out. Brandon Brown in some space. Cuts it back. Hot Rum comes back to help. Brown across. Into Al Husseini. A long shot. And headed in for a save. That wasn't a shot. He was just trying to get it into Hamza Humaidi, who finally put something on frame for 3-1-3. Their first ball on target today. But it's still just a easy-headed chance for Patrick Vopel to collect, and we have a injured United player. It's Fairchild, just checked in. Fairchild helped to his feet. And Fairchild is being told he has to exit because the game was stopped for him. He'll be allowed to return once Nda checks him back in effectively. And now he will let him come back into play. As play resumes, 3-1-3 in possession. Luis Gonzalez into the middle. Fairchild and a whistle. I think Hussein Zualeza got a little piece of him. Now Al Husseini will take this free kick 35 yards out. 3 in the wall for Kalamazoo. He could go for goal here. He's not going to. He's going to pass it off to Karagitz. All the way outside. Taif. And it's a goal kick. Once again, 3-1-3. Just disappointing use of opportunities. They haven't been able to do much with their corners. Haven't been able to do much with their free kicks. Just not getting shots out of them. At the very least, like, put something up in the box, you would think. And give someone a chance. That one's picked off. Quickly in. Brown gets to the goal line and then turns around and then gives the ball away. That shot from distance is wide. Brown tried to work it back out to the top. It was almost picked off. Probably should have been picked off. It fell into the feet of Muhammad Munasser. And the shot went wide. But again, 3-1-3. A gift at the top of the box. But they get nothing meaningful out of it. At least that time it ended in a shot of some variety, but they have not made Patrick Vopel move or work nearly as much as they've needed to, especially trailing less than 20 minutes left. That one struck the arm of Luis Gonzalez. Hotram sends it on its way. Trying to keep it in, and they do not. Olabrede was insistent that he kept it in play, but referee disagrees. Ndaye will throw it in, falling over. That's an illegal throw. Lost his footing as he tried to get it in, and that's a situation where you just need to hold on to the ball, fall over. Maybe you look like an idiot for a second, but you get to keep possession. Fairchild will throw it in. Work back to Kaiser, now all the way back. Zualeza. Outside to Schwartz. Zualeza. Schwartz again, now outside. Trying to dribble out of it. Hurtado creates some separation. Pass to Kane is intercepted and out for a throw. They're going to get the throw in. And out for another one. Approaching the halfway point of the second half. Kalamazoo lead, 1-0. The goal by Olabrede at the very beginning of this half. The difference. Hurtado swings it all the way across. I think he was trying to find Fairchild. Ndaye can't get the clearance away. Olabrede shoots. It's scored! A whiffed clearance. Olabrede makes them pay. Olabrede's third goal of the tournament. An opportunistic goal, turning defense into attack in the attacking third. That ball just roll into the feet of Vorpal. Kalamazoo deservedly ahead, 2-0. 3-1-3, they've had chances to do something. They haven't been able to do it, and it's offside. Hamaidi in an offside position when the ball is played. Now here come United. They're going to move quickly. Fairchild. Grounded cross. Back to Fairchild. Fairchild trying to square it. And that ball's lost. Alberto Garcia couldn't hold it. And now in transition, 3-1-3 onto Brown. Brown spinning at the top of the box. Outside to Al Husseini. Draws the double team. Back to Brown. Brown flicks it over the top. Al Husseini tries to track it down, and he can't before it rolls out for a goal kick. (3-1-3) continuing to struggle when they have the ball in a meaningful position on the pitch to turn it into an opportunity to score. And Kalamazoo United in the 47th minute, leading 2-0. Looking for 6 points and an extremely straightforward path to tomorrow night's title match. Taif. Pass across is picked off by Fairchild. Off the deflection. Ndaye. Al Husseini. Taif. Al Husseini again. Dribbles into the middle. Sliding challenge. Iraduhe got the ball. Hurtado heads it along. Iraduhe on the ground. Olabrede has a brace already. Flicks it on into the path of Kane. Kane tries to drive it, and it's off the defender and out for a throw. Hotram. That pass is picked off. Not a good pass at all. Hamaidi. On to Brown. Brown. Got help on the outside. Feeds it out that way. And he's offside. How many different ways can you write that script for 3-1-3? It looks like they're getting something going. And then they give it away. But then that's a giveaway. I think Kalamazoo thought the ball was dead and that they were supposed to bring it back for the free kick for offside. That ball's played all the way through. Maybe finally they've scored. Brandon Brown. Kalamazoo were confused. The offsides decision had been given. Nda had signaled ready for play, and they had started to pass the ball. But then I think they were confused and thought that he wanted them to send it back and try again. So that pass across the middle was picked off by Al Husseini and Brandon Brown. alertly tucks the ball into the net. So now the last 10 minutes are a lot more compelling than they might otherwise have been. Garcia on ahead for Latinga, trying to get it square. It's knocked out for a corner. Into Garcia short. Latinga. Schwartz. Latinga tries to flick it on. It's intercepted. And a foul. Under 10 to go. But it is a one-goal game. But it seemed to be headed towards a pretty straightforward denouement. Now is a significant amount more intrigue. Iriduhe and Hotrum standing over the ball. Iriduhe will run up. He'll strike it right into the bottom of the wall. Iriduhe trying to get back on it. Touches it on. Turning. Striking! Just wide. Not a bad look from David Galaxy. Hamad had to dive for the corner. Goal kick given away. Kalamazoo will try to build from the back here. 52nd minute. Pass is intercepted. Across to Hamaidi. Hamaidi tries to pass it on in front, trying to find Brown, but Vopel's there. Kaiser plays into the feet of Garcia, tries to spin in on it, but it's taken away from him by Hamed. Hamed sends it outside. Munasar tries to send it into the space. It's headed back. Zueleza is fouled. They're going to get it in quickly. Long ball over the top. Garcia trying to be the first one there. Defender wins the race. Able to keep it in, but it's down the line, intercepted by Latinga. Latinga plays it into feet. Galaxy. Schwartz. Schwartz trying to keep his feet, and the whistle's gone. They tripped him up. It'll be a free kick for Kalamazoo. '54th minute. They're going to get it in quickly to the back post. Hamad comes up and tries to make a play on the ball, but he is illegally contacted. He had the ball on his hand. And if he is making contact with the ball, you cannot interfere with him. And Hamad, and now there's some pushing and shoving. Hamad did not like Blessed Iriduhe trying to make a play on the ball while he had it. And he gave Iriduhe a two-handed shove to the chest. Now Nda having a conversation with a lot of players down there. One of them is Hamad, and Hamad gets a yellow, and so does, I think, Iriduhe. And Hamad getting a yellow there, I think, makes a lot of sense. It was a two-handed shove to the chest. But in any case, we carry on. Al-Husseini's pass is picked off by Iriduhe. Back to Nzeleza. Iriduhe. Taken away from him. Trying to skip through Zal Husseini. Intercepted. Nzaleza sends it on its way. Galaxy gets it outside. Fairchild going to try to swing this one in, you would think. Instead, gives it back to Galaxy. Galaxy has to corral it. All the way back to Kaiser. Under 5 to play. Kaiser on to Fairchild. Fairchild whips in a cross. It's headed out for a corner. Well, kind of lazily headed out for a corner. I almost think that they were thinking something else was going on. And Hamad is unhappy with Nda. Nda's just told him one more and he's gone. So it will be a corner. As we approach the 57th minute. Kalamazoo United. Trying to put a pin in this one. In comes the corner. It's short to the near post. It bounds off the near post defender. Knocked up in the air, and I think it hit the football crossbar out of play. It hit the near post defender. It bounced off the ground, then hit that defender, bounded into the air. Hamad got a piece of it, and then I think it hit the yellow football crossbar, which is out of play. So they're going to try it again. It'll be swung in with the right. Right to the middle of the box. Poked away, and Ndaye gets it clear. That's good clearance work from 3-1-3 on a pretty reasonable corner. And now they might be able to break out off of this. Ball on to Brown, the goal scorer from earlier. Ndaye, long touch, too long of a touch. Sent back away into the center circle. Al-Husseini will have to reset. Karagits. Ndaye tries to play on, and Brown is offside. Brown got offside trapped, and he knew it too. Under 3 to play. Kalamazoo trying to see this one out to 6 points. It's their last game of the day. They would love to head to the hotel with 2 wins in hand going into tomorrow's slate. Round robin, everyone has to play everyone, so you get 4 games, and that clearance from Hot Rum is up in the air to no one. Kaiser trying to get ahead on it, is able to get it outside at least to Fairchild. Gives it back to Kaiser. Kaiser's going to hold it. And the defenders are, at least one defender was yelling for a clearance, but Kalamazoo more interested in playing around with it at the back here. Hurtado sends it on, or Hurtado sends it back to Hot Run, rather, who sends it on. It's headed out. Final 2 minutes. Kalamazoo in no hurry, and why should they be? They lead 2-1. Ndaye wasn't paying attention and falls into Fairchild. He didn't even know the ball was back in play. Fairchild trying to spin away from Ndaye. Back to Kaiser, who lifts it on. Fairchild in the corner. Doesn't seem too interested in trying to whip in a cross here. More interested in keeping possession. Iraduhe. He'll send in the cross to the back post. It's knocked down by Taif and out for a corner. Not a great time to give away a corner as we enter the final minute of regular time. And again, Kalamazoo comfortable taking their time. Alberto Garcia sauntering over to the corner flag to take this. And he's looking for a short runner. And teams will often in this situation just give it to a short runner and just try to hold the ball in the corner as opposed to actually playing a real corner, and they will do that, rolling it into Hurtado. Hurtado gives it back. Garcia, Hurtado, just going to pass it around, and 3-1-3 will be forced to chase defensively. Hurtado into the corner, rips it off the defender and out for a throw. That's a great way to waste almost a minute. Throw in incoming. down the goal line and knocked clear by Hamed, out for another throw. We're into stoppage time. Don't know how much they're even going to give them. They didn't give them any in the first half. But letting them play it out. That one's cleared away. Nzoleza just hoofs it away. Headed back into the middle. Settled. Ndaye trying to defend. Latinga gets through and he's fouled. Not long left now. They're going to get the free kick in quickly. Kaiser just dancing with it at the edge of the box, into the middle. Galaxy steps over it. Back out to Kaiser. Trying to kill these final few seconds of whatever stoppage time there is. Kaiser sends it in. It's clutched by Hamad. Hamad going to punt it out as quickly as possible. And still no whistle from Da. Hotrum gets it clear, intercepted. Al-Husseini tries to flick it on into the middle. Nzaleza pokes it out off the attacker for a throw for Kalamazoo. The linesman did indicate a throw for Kalamazoo. And Kalamazoo will take this down the line. And Iraduhe just got two-handed into the back by Ndaye. And did he just give a free kick for 3-1-3? Ndaye two-hand shoved Iraduhe in the back. It's a throw-in for 3-1-3. Trying to get it in. Hurtado jumps in front and it's out for a throw. I'm surprised that Nda's let this go on as long as he has. We are into at least the second, almost the third minute of stoppage time. I didn't know if there was going to be any. Ndaye, that's out for a throw for 3-1-3. 3-on-3 is not going to complain. They're trying to mount one final push here. Trying to steal a draw from the jaws of defeat. Throw in, knocked up in the air, and the assistant referee's throwing up his flag to try to get the official's attention for some kind of infraction, but Nda does not see him as the ball is cleared all the way away and collected by 3-1-3. They're going to try to march it down the middle again, over the top, and they've got two men offside. They got two men offside. And the 3-1-3 guys can be upset about that call all they want, but they had two men in offside position pretty blatantly. And surely we've got to be close to the end of this one, and Da does put the whistle in his mouth, and there it is. A little close for comfort for Kalamazoo. They were definitely the better side on the day, but a win's a win. They'll take it any way they can get it. They've got 6 points in the table and an evening off before they play tomorrow. So a productive day all around for Kalamazoo United. They'll be very happy with how today went. And they'll be back tomorrow to play the rest of the table as they try to clinch a spot in the championship final tomorrow night. We're going to take a break for the 3v3 youth finals, and then we'll be back for the fourth game of our sextuple header coming up at 7:45. Detroit Badgers Blue taking on Jeff Joel, as Badgers Blue tried desperately to claw their way back into the table after the defeat they suffered earlier to Kalamazoo, and Jeff Joel trying to keep up their winning ways. We'll be back for that at 7:30. In the meantime, thank you so much for joining us. I've been Colton Wesley. You are watching the Olympian Mortgage Badgers Cup live on YouTube.